The presidency has reacted to the attack on the President Muhammadu Buhari government by former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Obasanjo on Sunday launched several attacks on Buhari and his government in an attempt to convince Nigerians not to vote the All Progressives Congress (APC) in the coming election. The presidency, speaking through the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, asked the former president to tell Nigerians if elections were ever free and fair during his time in office. Speaking on Politics Today on Channels TV, Adesina said, "Let me start by saying that President Muhammadu Buhari has abiding respect for former President Olusegun Obasanjo. You know they come from a constituency in which seniority is forever. President Obasanjo was superior to President Buhari in the military. President Buhari served under him for 3¼ years as oil minister. So, former President Obasanjo is a senior to President Buhari any day anytime, and President gives him due courtesies whenever they meet. So President Buhari will never be rude. That respect is abiding and enduring." Talking of the statement today, I can only say that what the former president had said is his opinion of a man. There are about 196 million Nigerians. If one man says anything, it is as best his opinion. It does not mean that is the gospel. What the former president has said is his opinion, and this is a democracy. He has a right to it. You also forget that in this country, when former President Obasanjo was in power, there were many things that constituted impunity in that government. So like they said, the onlooker sees more of the game than the player. It is so easy for the former president to sit back in his chair reclining and criticize a government, but many things that constitute impunity would have happened under his government. Like I said, and like you have observed, it is just an opinion of one man and it doesn't constitute the gospel." Also speaking on allegation of increasing rate of insecurity, he said, "There are security challenges, but I tell you that these security challenges are being tackled. Even under the time of Obasanjo, there had been ODI killings. Under him was when we had Zakibia massacre. Under him, there were lots of APC clashes. Under him, there Sharia riot, APC ethnic clashes, lots of lives lost. So nobody can just come and sit in judgment over another government. When worse things happen under his government." On the allegation that the ruling APC was planning to rig the forthcoming elections in collaboration with the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, he said, "Yes, INEC can always defend itself, and I am sure they would. But then imagine that kind of allegation coming from somebody who told us in 2007 that the election will be do or die, and the beneficiary of that election came out to tell us that the election that brought him to power was marred in all respect. Now for that kind of a person to come out and tell us that the election will not be free and fair, was there free and fair election when he conducted his own? That is the question Nigerians should be asking."